I can box and I can fight. I don't always rely on one thing. I can mix it up and box or fight. I can do kind of everything in the ring.
It's unbelievable what she's done, and she's still the same person as when she started when she was 10. It's not changed. Mentally she's great, she's great hand speed, and she's never fazed by anybody. She can punch all right, she can punch hard.
Definitely haven't reached my best yet. I'm only 21, so there's still a lot to come for me, I think. I just love the sport, everything about it.
Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. This seaside town on the eastern coast of the Emerald Isle is situated 20 kilometres south of Dublin and is home to around 30,000 people. Among them, Katie Taylor. We spent the day with the shy and unassuming 21-year-old recently to find out more about the woman hailed as Ireland's greatest current female sports star. Katie is the reigning world and European lightweight champion and is ranked by the Amateur Boxing Association as the #1 pound-for-pound female fighter in the world. She's also one of her country's leading women's soccer players and a key member of the Irish national team.
Boxing's definitely, my #1 sport at the moment. Football was my first love. I started football before I even stepped foot inside a ring, but the boxing's kind of taken over now over the last kind of 5 or 6 years, and I've kind of concentrated more on me boxing and the tournaments coming up.
Katie is coached in the noble art by her dad at his gym in Bray. Peter is a former fighter himself and was the 1986 Irish light heavyweight amateur champion. His daughter's first taste of the sport came as a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I was training for the All Islands at the time, and we had no babysitter, so I fetched Katie up to the club, and when I looked around, she was sparring with all the boys. So it was an accident, really,
I never looked back ever since. I loved her from the first day I went to the club, and never missed a day after that.
At the age of 15, Katie made Irish boxing history by fighting in the first ever officially sanctioned women's bout held in Ireland. She won comfortably and 2 years later took part in her first tournament.
When she was 17, we got to the final. She boxed the current world champion at the time, was 34. I wasn't sure about taking the fight, but Katie jumped in and she beat her.
In 2005, Katie won gold at the European Championships and went on to successfully defend her lightweight crown at the next 2 Euros. To date, the biggest achievement of the Irish woman's career came at the 2006 World Championships in India. She won 5 bouts in a row to claim the 60-kilogram lightweight gold. As in most of the tournaments that Katie has competed in, most of her fights were stopped on the 15-point mercy rule, a telling indication of Katie's utter dominance over her rivals.
Over in the World Championships, I just thought I boxed brilliant all throughout the whole tournament. And I was just kind of a big relief at the end when I actually won the gold medal. It was a great achievement, and I trained so hard for it as well, so it was brilliant.
Katie returned home to Ireland as a national hero. There was huge media interest in her, and she was given an open-top bus parade around Bray and a civic reception. Her triumph at the Worlds gave Ireland their first ever gold medal at World Championship level. However, Katie will be unable to add Olympic gold to her collection, as in 2005 the IOC decided against including women's boxing at this year's Games.
I was devastated when I heard it wasn't in the Olympics in 2008 in Beijing, but a lot of people were saying they're 99% sure it's going to be in Beijing, and they were kind of building our hopes up, and every woman boxer out there was devastated when we heard that it wasn't going to be in. The standard of women's boxing out there is amazing, and you know, we should be given the right to represent our countries and box in the biggest stage of all, and we were just all devastated when it happened. But I think our time is going to come in 2012, hopefully. You know, women's boxing will be definitely put in.
Many fathers would have tried to keep their daughters out of a boxing ring, but not Pete Taylor. He's provided the encouragement and support that has led Katie to the very top of the sport. Yet, despite having moulded Katie into such a dominant fighter, Pete admits to a few butterflies in the stomach before her fights.
I'm a nervous wreck. To tell you the truth, I'm a nervous wreck. But then you've got the coach has to kick in, and you've got to look at everything and analyse things as it goes along, and can't let your emotions take over. But I do be exhausted after each contest, and I'm much more nervous than Katie, you know.
Katie, who's the youngest of 5 children born to Pete and his wife Bridget, hasn't just experienced success in the boxing ring. Growing up, she was also an outstanding soccer player. She was voted the Wicklow Schoolboy Player of the Year, despite being a girl, and she's gone on to win over 40 caps for Ireland's under-17, under-19 and senior teams.
She only plays a small amount of football now, and Noel King, the manager of the Irish football team, is very understanding. He fetches her in when she's available, and he knows she's probably only available for 1 or 2 matches a year, but he fetches her in and looks after her, and hopefully she performs well for him, you know. But there's no balancing act anymore. She's primary boxing, really, you know.
Katie's outstanding sporting success has brought her a whole host of awards and accolades. She was recently voted the 2007 Irish Sportswoman of the Year. Her talent as a fighter has led to her receiving many offers to turn professional. But for the moment, that's something that doesn't interest her, even though she would almost certainly become a world champion within just a few fights.
I'm definitely going to stay amateur for the next few years. I think I'm very confident that women's boxing will be in the Olympics in 2012. And I'm getting well, looked after from the Irish Sports Council as well, and they've supported me for the last few years, and I couldn't really have asked for anything more from them. So I think I'm definitely going to stay amateur and try to defend my World Championships and European Championships as well. That's a new challenge for me. So and it's definitely, if I get the chance to go to the Olympics in 2012 to aim for a gold medal, it's going to be brilliant.
The 21-year-old has already achieved a phenomenal amount of success in the sporting arena. If women's boxing is included at the 2012 Olympics, then you can expect gold to be headed her way. If the sport isn't included in the London Games, she may enter the professional ranks or even focus on football. But whatever the future holds, you can be sure that Katie Taylor is destined for yet more greatness.